All right, all right. What is going on, everyone? I want to go ahead and get this call started. This is a very, very special call, and I want to welcome every single one of you tonight to tonight's marketing business training call. I have a very special guest that I truly have the honor of bringing on tonight, and this is an individual that I've had the chance to truly get to know over these past couple of years. This is someone who I've grown to have the most tremendous amount of respect for because of her intentions and the purity in terms of what she brings to this industry and the way that she leads her business. She's from Australia, and over the past couple of years, this is an individual that I've seen who has become the epitome of what I've seen of servant leadership in the way that she treats her business, in the way that she pours into her people, in the way that she invests into her people. And if there's anyone that I could really kind of give it up for in terms of what she has done, in terms of just the example that she has set for women empowerment all across the world, I think of this individual and the value that she brings to this organization and the value that she's going to be able to pour into all your hearts tonight is going to be phenomenal. And she's changed my life on so many levels, guys and girls, just from her friendship and from her presence. And so I have the honor of being able to bridge that gap with so many of you tonight, and for you to be able to walk away from this call tonight physically, mentally, spiritually stronger because of what you're going to be able to learn from her tonight. And so with that being said, I want to go ahead and get out of the way for her, and I want to go ahead and bring on this wonderful woman who I have the honor and the privilege of being able to call my friend over these past couple of years, and someone that I just not only respect, admire, but I truly can say that I honor. So that being said, I want to go up and I want to bring up the one and only Mrs. Sarah. I was going to say SJ, Miss Sarah Plumpton. Take it away.
Thank you, Ho. I always get tears when you or Abby do the intros because it's just like, oh, thank you. I'm going to throw it back to you. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much for bringing me on. I don't really know any of you who are on this call. There's a few familiar names, but it's a true honor for me to be able to share this stuff with you. You guys know, if you don't know my story, there's plenty of videos out there that can tell you about it, but this call is not about that. Thank you again, Ho, for bringing me on. I really appreciate it. So tonight's call, when Abby told me she wanted to do a call on leadership, I got really psyched because I'm just like, woo, love leadership stuff. So let's get right into it. I don't know how long we're going to go for. I've got some absolute nuggets for you all. So I'm just going to roll with it. We can do some questions if you want to throw them in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer them. But I'll throw it back to Ho at the end of the call. And sorry, I call him Ho. And he can close the call out. But there's this little acronym that I was taught back in like 2013, I think, that is about leadership. Okay, so L, write this down, guys. Take notes. All right, this is going to be recorded, but Leadership 101, leaders always take notes, okay? So L, love, fall in love with what you do, okay? E is for enthusiastic, so be really enthusiastic about things. A is for attitude, so obviously bringing and showing up with the right attitude day in, day out. D is desire, so having a burning desire to really learn all you can about your profession, okay, which is what we're in. There's just a few homies not on mute. I'm going to mute you all. Okay, there we go. R is respect. So earn the respect. Okay, respect is not just demanded or anything like that. Respect is earned, and that is earned, from your followers through your integrity. Okay, integrity and leadership go hand in hand. It's like a glove. S is for success. So enjoy it, share it, appreciate it. Okay, there's enough for every single person to go around. H is for humble. So always remain humble about your success and really recognize those who helped you get there. All those people that claim they're self-made, I call bullshit. No one's ever self-made, okay? They've all had mentors, they've all had books, they've all had teachings, okay? No one is ever self-made, okay? So always just remain humble. I is for imagination, okay? So imagination is the spark of genius, okay? And it's the beginning of everything great that's been created. All right, P is for passion. So you got to have passion, you got to have zest for what you do. Okay, so John C. Maxwell, he's the leadership guru. All of this I can probably, give tribute to him for everything that I'm about to teach you guys. So he's going to be a big topic of conversation. And if you haven't read his books, I definitely recommend them. It doesn't matter if you guys are, you know, obviously business building, but traditional business, network marketing, whatever. Okay. John C. Maxwell is the man. So he is going to be a topic of conversation, because if anyone can teach that, it's him. So I'll recommend a few books at the end of this call. But if you want and you need to be developing your leadership skills and increase your influence and grow your business, you might want to study him. But when it comes to leadership, in my opinion, there's 3 elements to it. Okay. So there's 1, leading yourself. 2, developing and building a team, whether that's traditional business or this. Leadership, this isn't just our industry, guys. This is worldwide, you know, industry-wide. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Okay, so 1, leading yourself. 2, developing and building a team. And 3, empowering and developing other leaders. Okay, in our industry, we do 3 things. Okay, we sell products and services via word-of-mouth advertising. We build a network of others doing the same. And 3, we improve our productivity of our network based upon the skills we develop and teach our teams based upon our leadership. Okay, so John C. Maxwell, I don't know if you've heard about him speak about the leadership lid, okay, and the law of the lid. The leadership lid basically, you know, leadership is the ability, leadership ability determines a level of one person's effectiveness. I think that's not his quote unquote, but that's basically what John C. Maxwell says. So basically this law states how well you lead determines on how effective you are as a person. Okay, so the lower your ability to lead, the lower the lid of your potential. Okay, so I want you to think of like a jar and a lid. Okay, that's what we're talking about here. So the higher your ability to lead, you know, the higher the lid of your potential. So your leadership will always determine your effectiveness and the potential impact of your entire organization. Okay, so when you look at any organization, any top leader is responsible for what's going on under the surface. Okay, there's a natural leveling process there. So that top leader serves as a lid of that organization, of that business, of that community, okay, of that team, of that family. Okay, if your leadership, you know, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 of your leadership, and be real about it. Don't give yourself more credit than what you deserve, but also be humble, you know, state it what it is. If your leadership rates as an 8, then your organization's effectiveness to build, to develop can never be greater than a 7. Okay, and ideally that's not that great. So if you know, if your leadership is a 4, then your organization's effectiveness will be no greater than a 3. And that's even worse. Okay, so the lid is either holding you back, holding back the best people in your organization, or it's pushing them away. So those looking to raise the bar, you know, raise their lid, they've been pushed away due to a leader's unwillingness to, or, you know, maybe just even a misunderstanding of this law. Okay, so the law of the lid, you got to look this. I was going to swear then. I was trying to get a webinar out without dropping the swear word. Well, I'm learning. I didn't say it then. Or misunderstanding of this law. Okay, so this law is legit. Okay, so your organization, your business will only grow as far as you grow. Okay, so, you know, I've seen, you know, if you want to raise your leadership lid, I'm going to teach you how to do this on this call. That's what it's for. But your leadership ability will always determine your effectiveness and your potential. So to reach a higher level of leadership, a higher level of effectiveness, you've got to raise that lid. So if you're a pessimist on this call, you're going to take the law of the lid and you're going to be, it sounds so strange, and you're going to be discouraged, okay? Because you're probably that person. I'm hoping none of you on this call are a pessimist, okay? You're going to take the law of the lid and you're going to be discouraged because you're going to be the type of person that says, I'm not born a leader, okay? That happens when you focus on, your weaknesses and your shortcomings, and you just simply forget that we can all improve. Okay, we all have the ability to learn. We all have the ability to grow. We all have the ability to improve our current state. That is just a choice you have to make. If you want to live in the state that you're currently in, don't complain about it. Because anyone who complains, like anyone in my organization, if they have a problem, I tell them to always come to me with a solution. If they don't have a solution, I'm more than happy to help them with that. But if they come to me with a problem, I'm like, don't come to me with a problem if you don't have a solution. That's just a rule that I have in my organization, and I very rarely have any problems in my organization. Okay. And to be honest, isn't that the point of life, to be always improving ourselves, to improving our lives, our bodies, our health? So when I say, improving that lid, it really, you've got a lid on every aspect of your life. So if you want that to improve, you've got to raise that standard. Okay. So we always want to be always improving ourselves. So how do we raise our leadership lid? You must first believe that you can raise your lid. Okay. So if you learn to lead, your business is going to grow. We know that. The higher you want to climb, the more you need leadership. Okay. The greater the impact you want to make, the greater your influence needs to be. Jason, Matt, Hoa, Chance, Sam, they didn't come out of their mom's womb with the title leader. Okay. They work day in, day out, sleepless nights, developing themselves. They don't listen to the shitty radio. They've got constant audio books on, plugged into their ears, into their subconscious. They are feeding their brains with nothing but straight fire knowledge. Okay. So, they're building the business day in, day out. They're helping others. So leadership, guys, it is not about titles. It's not about positions. Okay. It is about one life influencing another. And those people that I've just, listed, Jason, Matt, Hoa, Chance, Sam, they are the absolute perfect models for that. Okay. So if you ask anyone who is a leader what their greatest challenge is, trust me, it's not leading a team. I can bet you it's leading themselves. Okay. It is so easy to tell people what to do, but if you can't lead yourself, you will never be able to lead anyone. And I know that kind of sounds contradicting, but it is so easy to dictate. Okay. And in this industry, you cannot be a dictator. Okay. Your organization won't do what you say. They will do what you do. So you need to be the example, and you need to set the standard of what it truly takes to be successful in this. Okay. So why is it important to develop good leadership skills in this industry? Okay. So I know when I was asked that question, I've got like this little notebook here. I've got notebooks from like 2013 of me being in my first company, and the shit I've written in there is so funny. It's still all relevant, obviously, but you may be thinking, I'm in business for myself, so I get to run things that suits me and that's best for my business partners. They get to do the same, whatever. We are all entrepreneurs, right? So we like to do things our own way. We like to be creative. We like to think outside the box. Okay. You also may be thinking, my team, they're also IBOs. They're not answerable to me. Yes, they're the CEOs of their own business. They manage it independently. They don't need me to lead them, blah, 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 blah. So why should I consider developing my good leadership skills as a part of what I do on a day-to-day basis to develop my skills in this business? Okay. The best way to put these questions into perspective is consider the following. Okay. What is the fundamental advantages to building a network marketing business as opposed to a traditional business? Okay. I know you've heard this a million and one times before, but the one thing that you are able to tap into with this industry, this business, is the principle of leverage. Okay. So leverage is based on the concept that your business success is not solely dependent on the work you do and the time you spend working the business. If you experience leverage in your business, you will experience business growth out of this world based on not only the work you do, but the work your team is also doing. So in other words, good leadership skills are essential to the process of duplication, okay, which ultimately results in leverage and the business growth in your business. So the first golden rule of being able to demonstrate good leadership skills is you must be a good role model for your team, okay? So what does it take to be a good role model for your team? And therefore, a highly effective leader in this business, in this industry? What is the kind of person you should become? Because as a leader, you need to, what you need to do to be able to, okay, how do I phrase that? What do you need to do in your business daily in order to demonstrate good leadership skills, to be confident in the undertaking of leadership competencies? Okay, so what do you have to do to develop these good skills? Okay, obviously there's the tools. I will give you the tools. Okay, but what does it take to be a good role model? If you want a team of, developing leaders, you need to develop these. Okay, in order to do that, you need to know what leadership means. Okay, so John C. Maxwell, bringing him in again. Leadership, okay, there's a quote. A leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Okay, let's look at this from a network marketing perspective, okay, leadership. A network marketing leader is one who exhibits good leadership qualities by personally demonstrating competence, okay, and by demonstrating competence in the knowledge and skills required to build their business, applying the relevant knowledge and skills to his or her business daily, and then they model and they coach others for the successes that they have had and will have, okay? So to sum that up, what does it take to be a good role model for your team and therefore a highly successful leader in this industry? You need to become a leader who personally demonstrates competence, okay? You need to apply the relevant knowledge and skills. You need to set an example for your team. So when I say the relevant knowledge and skills, it's so many people get so caught up in knowing the how-tos, how to do this, how to do that, how to do that, that then they get like paralyzed and they don't do anything. So then they wonder, you know, they're just like on this little wheel of just knowledge and they're not applying anything. It's same with trading. You know, you can study every single person on IML TV. Christ, there's 180 hours worth. Go for gold. But if you don't apply what you learn, you're not gonna move forward. Okay. So if you want to be a really good role model for your team and demonstrate good leadership skills, then I suggest you give this call serious attention, okay? Because developing the skills is essential if you're going to be a true professional at this. So on our previous call I did for Abby, I say her name, Abby. We talked about being 100% sold out and becoming a professional in this. So I hope if you are a returning guest on this call, you have made that decision to become an absolute professional in this. Because the moment I made that shift was when shit started moving for me. Damn it, I swore. So, as I said before, leverage and duplication, they are the two key things that you need to achieve in your business. Okay, so as a professional marketer, leader, you know, you should be able to demonstrate good leadership skills through competence in the following areas. All right, we've got people skills. You need to be caring. Okay, you need to connect. You need to be able to observe. You need to be able to motivate. You need to be able to recognize good performance and reward your team. You know, everyone thrives off different types of things. You know, maybe people like rank shoutouts, maybe like people like they're 2 and 3, whatever. You need to be able to recognize it's like the book, The 5 Love Languages, and how someone wants to be loved. You need to recognize how someone likes to be motivated. Okay, ask them, you know, what would you like? So by doing all of that, this is going to develop trust and it's going to encourage productivity, which not only benefits, you know, not only your team, but it's going to benefit you as well. Okay, so the second skill is effective communication skills. So being able to use, you know, a range of communication skills so that you can really connect with and motivate your team of business builders. Okay, if you do that, you're going to build really strong relationships, which are the foundation for your business growth. Okay, the third one is team building skills. Okay, so being able to work collaboratively, nailed it first time, with your team and work really closely together. Okay, we're in the business of being in business with who we want. All right, obviously we're going to get people come into the business and maybe our energies just don't vibe as well. You're just going to have to learn to work with each other. Okay, you know, there is significant leverage to be gained where members of teams are working together because they share, you know, a line of sponsorship, right? This means they get to benefit from results achieved by their respective business partners as well. So working collaboratively ensures that everyone is going to get along, everyone's in union, and everyone's contributing and everyone in the team feels valued. Okay, fourth one is effective coaching skills. So when I say coaching, I mean like teaching, kind of like what we're doing now. You know, being able to coach and being able to mentor other business builders in your business so that when they learn, grow, and develop, you know, they can then teach that too. So when you're able to do this, you create a, you know, complete team of, you know, culture, I should say, of duplication and leverage for your business and theirs. So the steps for that: learning and developing your skills, practicing skills and support and coaching, applying your skills to your business, developing competence, coaching others for success. It's basically just like teaching to teach, you know. So leadership really is, have I all got you? Yeah, sweet. I was just checking the chat. Good. So leadership is one of the most important skills in business, okay, in life. So if you want to build a successful business in this, you've got to get really good leadership skills. I'm going to keep saying that, okay, because that's the topic of this call. So great leaders are not born, they are created. And I'm going to give you John C. Maxwell's 5 best leadership skills tips. They're my 5 that I pulled from his stuff. So 1 is you got to lead yourself first. All right. So the very first step to effective leadership is learning how to lead yourself. And that is the hardest bit. You know, it's easy to dictate. You don't want to do that. You've got to be the example. Okay. So lead yourself first. It all starts with you. The person to learn leadership skills is you. I'm sorry. The first person to learn is you. You then teach that. So you must become a great leader first. You have to ask yourself, where you're currently at with what you're currently doing, would you follow you right now? Until you become a person worth following, you're not going to get any followers, okay? It's really that simple. So the success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Very, very, very easy, okay? Number 2 is add value to people every single day. So one of the best business principles in the world, according to John C. Maxwell, is the fact that if you help enough people get what they want, then you will get what you want, okay? It's just the way it works. So you have to give in order to get. To build a fire, you've got to put the wood on first, you know, nurture it before you get the flames, right? Ask yourself the question, how can I add massive value to someone today? However, remember that in order to add massive value, you must first value people. So money follows value. You can't just make money because money is a result, okay? All you can do is add value. You know, like writing, you know, a helpful post. Like I've got this thing on social media where I post to teach, not post to preach. So writing a helpful post is good leadership. You know, you're helping people. So number 3 is study leadership every single day. So one of the best habits in the world is to read part of a book every single day. Okay, reading 1 book a week is probably one of the best things you can do in order to reach the successes. Excuse me. If you read a book a week, there's literally nothing that can stop you. Like the amount of knowledge you gain and retain is crazy. So this is one of the best. So this is because you have the best business minds in the world constantly training you every single day. Okay. So when I say reading a book, I'm not reading like romance novels. I'm talking about like skills. Okay. All of John C. Maxwell's. I'm like doing network marketing for John C. Maxwell. Anyway, if you read a book on leadership every day, then in 3 years you will literally become an expert. You know, when you are an expert, you will have the financial abundance to do whatever you want. But first, you must study. Okay. So number 4 is practice leadership every day. Although studying is really important, it's really important to practice leadership skills every single day also. So they say it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert in anything. You cannot ride a bike and read a book at the same time. That's a really weird analogy. But what I'm saying is you also cannot learn martial arts or any other skill just by watching a DVD alone. Okay. It's the same with leadership. You cannot learn leadership by reading. You have to do. Okay, you can't learn to trade just looking at a chart. You have to do, okay? And the reason for this is that's just putting your, what you know into action, and then it becomes a habit, and then you just do it all the time, okay? So number 5 is intentionally grow every day. One of the biggest differences between successful people and everyone else is that successful people put themselves in uncomfortable situations every single day. Okay, that is the only way to grow. Unsuccessful people, they avoid feeling uncomfortable at all costs. You want to surround yourself with people better than you. Paul talks about this all the time. Okay, his housemates at the moment, Christ, I would love to live in there. That'd be an awesome household. Tent, Sam, Matt, powerhouse. But this is how you learn the fastest. Okay, when you are ahead of the class, you're in the wrong class. Okay, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Okay, if you I pride myself on being like the person in my friend circle making the less money, because it pushes me to want to make more. Okay, so a good growth environment with encouragement is going to help you succeed 10 times faster. Obviously, again, personal development was one of the biggest benefits to being involved with this industry. the person you become because of this industry, far out. I wish everyone would do it just because of the skills they learn, the people they grow into. You know, it's seriously heartwarming. Okay. So being a strong leader is one of the most important skills of a marketer, all right, of a business owner. And leadership, yes, it starts in prospecting. You know, too many people think that they don't have to be a leader yet because they don't have anyone to lead yet. That's simply not true. You have to be a leader, or at least exhibit some of the qualities of a leader while, you know, even just prospecting at the very beginning, or you're not going to get the success you want to attract the right people in your organization. Okay. You can't say that you're going to get an organization and then become a leader. People follow leaders. People follow people who know where they're going. Okay. This is my vision. Is so important, and I will touch base on that. You know, so you have to show your prospects and you have to position yourself that you are this person worth following, okay, that you have what they want, all right? You know, I didn't have any of these skills when I first started. I also had no one to teach me these skills when I first started. I was up in Mackay, my upline was over in America, I had no one, okay? I learned everything I know about leadership by personal development, by mentors along the way who I found online, through Matt, through Jason, Holla, Abby. You know, I learn from every single person I meet. You know, if I can't learn something from you, I don't want you in my life. No, that sounds really selfish. Okay, so I had to learn and I had to practice to gain the skills I needed to be an effective and attractive leader. Okay. I did have to learn those skills early on if I wanted my business to grow. And it did grow. Like my first company, my first year, I was one of the top income earners there. So that was good, but that didn't happen by accident. You know, I didn't just fall into that. That took a lot of work. So the second thing I want to talk on is leadership philosophy. Second thing, I think I'm up to my 10th thing. So one of my favorite movies is Braveheart. Okay, so and the reason I like this movie is the character William Wallace, okay, he exhibits many great qualities of a leader, okay, and one of those qualities is a leadership philosophy. Okay, so what is your philosophy? Is it all about you, or is it about a cause bigger than you? Okay, so in Braveheart, the current leaders of the country had a philosophy that was all about them. I'm telling a story here, so stay with me. So they were concerned about their land, you know, their title, their nobility, okay, but William was focused on something bigger than himself. For him, it was about other people doing the right thing, you know, finding justice, gaining freedom for his country, okay? So what is your philosophy? Is your philosophy and your success all about you? Is it about your paycheck? Is it about your rank advancement? Is it about your trading account? Is it about your freedom? Or is it about something bigger than you? Okay, so are you focused on the freedom for others? Are you focused on doing something right and spreading the message on what our trading staff can do to change other people's lives? Okay, what are you focused on? Okay, this is going to make a huge difference in your leadership, because when your philosophy is something about bigger than you, your prospects, your customers, your friends, or strangers, they're going to be more likely, they're going to rally around you, they're going to back you. Okay, so the second quality you need to have as a leader is vision. So what is your vision for your organization? What is your vision for your life? Okay, what goals do you want to accomplish, and what are your reasons for doing that? Okay, if your vision is just about getting money, paying the bills, surviving, going on holidays, you know, you're not going to get people really excited about, because it's all about you. Okay, but if your vision is aligned with your philosophy, where you are envisioning something that you and your prospects together can make something huge and, you know, change a whole lot of lives, and, you know, just make people's lives better, then you're going to get excited people to join you. Okay, so spend some time and really think about what your vision is and what you're trying to build in your business. Get that vision really clear in your mind. Know exactly what it is going to look like. Okay, if you're showing this to someone, say you know, you've shown the potential of, you know, making $500,000 and they've only made 40 grand or less. You know, they don't know how to make that, so you have to paint the vision for them, because they've never been shown it. You know, they only know how to do what they've only done. Okay, but if you can show them a way by painting the vision for them, showing them what's possible, and they get excited about it, you know, become so excited about your vision that you can't wait to tell this to other people, to tell your story to someone else, they're going to get excited too. Okay, so your vision is critical, because when you focus on that, you know, recruiting, sponsoring, whatever you want to call it, becomes less about getting people in and more about achieving the vision. okay? Because you don't have to bring people into this. People can just come in and trade. You guys know that. But if we want to build a solid army of traders around the world, changing people's lives, helping their lives become better, making, just financial struggles are the freaking worst, okay? So if you can help someone, paint the vision for them. When you focus on a bigger dream, all those things like getting checks and ranks and shit like that, that will happen automatically. But expand your vision, okay? You got to share that vision too. So you could have the greatest vision ever, and it doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter if people don't know about it, okay? As a leader, you have to be able to articulate your vision. This is why I'm always talking about, having and sharing a story with my friends, with my prospects, telling the story of your vision and how you're striving for it. I could spend 10 minutes telling you my end goal for this. And when I tell people this, they're just like, holy shit, that's awesome. But I'm not going to do that because that's not what this call's about. But I have an end goal of my vision. And when I share that with people, they're just like, holy shit, that is amazing. Okay. If you don't have a story, find someone else's story, but articulate your vision through a story. Okay. Don't just figure out your story as you're going along, because you're going to fumble and it's just going to be bullshit. Okay. You got to be authentic. Okay. Make your story, tell someone your story, and practice on your story. Okay. Tell it to them, get their feedback, tweak your story if you have to. Be real, paint your vision to them. Okay. You got to be competent. It's very hard to be a good leader if you're not competent. Okay. William in Braveheart wouldn't have been much of a leader if he had charged on into the first battle and got his head cut off. Okay. He had to have a certain level of competence, right? William, he wasn't a professional soldier. He didn't know how to build an army, but he had strong reasons. He had vision. He had the ability, and he articulated that vision. Okay. Most importantly, he understood that most learning comes from the doing. Okay. You need to go out there. You need to get to work. You need to do the activities, right? By doing that, you're going to learn the things necessary to become a really good leader. Okay. But at some point you do have to, have that certain level of competence. You have to reach that level where you can lead, where you can train, where you can present. If you are a business builder in this and you don't know your compensation plan, sort that out. Okay. If you don't know how to get 2 and 3, sort that out. If you don't know how to get someone started, you got to sort that out. Okay. You need to, whatever skill that you want to become known for, develop it. Okay. Building up your competence gives people faith in you. Okay. That they can follow you safely, that you know where you're going. Therefore, if they follow you, they'll be able to get to where they want to go too. Okay. This is why personal development is so important. When you strengthen your own weaknesses, when you strengthen your own skills, become competent in those skills, it gives prospects and friends, strangers, whatever, the confidence to follow a leader who knows what they're doing. Okay, so you've got to lead by example. And last but not least with this little bit is you've got to be the example. This is an absolute must. How can you expect people to trust and follow you if you are not willing to do the same things that you're asking them to do? Okay, this is just, this is something that everyone struggles with. I used to. But if you want to become a great leader, you need to do the things you're asking of other people to do first. Okay. Like my dad is the prime example of this. He is, he's a millionaire, hardest worker I know. He's 76 years old. He's got his own businesses and whatever else. He is the first person at work. He is the last person to leave. If he wants you to clean the toilet, he goes and cleans the toilet first. He is the exact example of, a leader in the business. Okay. He does first, he shows. Okay. Then after you do it, you can then show them how to do it. Okay. Walk your talk, do first, and then show others the way. Okay. One huge mistake that network marketers make is they don't position themselves as leaders. Okay. So becoming a leader is one of the best things you can do for your reputation or your branding in this business, because people will be attracted to you, be attracted to how you do business, and they will want to do business with you, and they will want to learn from you. Okay. But guys, let's face it. Okay. We live in a world of mostly followers. Okay. Most people simply don't want to lead, and they don't want to, they just want to do what they have to do. Okay. They don't want to put in the work to develop themselves into a leader. And that's why people live a very average, mediocre life. Okay. If you want to own your own business successfully, as well as, get a ton of sales, etc., you need to show everyone You are a leader. You are a person of posture. All right. So, you know, there's, wait a minute. I'm going to blow bubbles for you. There's so many success stories. Okay, I want to talk about real quickly when I get someone started, right? There's so many success stories in our industry. Okay. And when someone gets started, I will always tell them about failure too. Okay. I will arm them with everything and anything they could get thrown at them. I help them develop, you know, Jason Brown talks about rhino skin. I help them develop their rhino skin from day one. Okay. When someone gets started with this, I don't hype the opportunity, you know, I don't hype the product. I don't hype trading. Okay. This industry has gotten a tarnished issue with how it is promoted and pitched. Okay. The way most untrained people in this industry promote this is they overstate everything. Okay. I will always show you what's possible if someone puts the work in. Okay. After all, this is network marketing, not net sit around marketing. Okay. You know, I've had traditional businesses and I would do 10 other network marketing companies all over before I do another real one. Well, not real, but traditional. Okay. But the fact is, IML is so cheap to get into. People don't take it seriously enough and they just overstate everything. And this is an industry-wide, this is not just IML, okay? To gain trust with your customers, you need to be real, okay? You need to stop setting expectations for people that they will never meet, okay? What we have works. It's worked for me. I'm a freaking, if I could work out how to trade, anyone can, okay? I'm not an academic, I'm an arty kid, okay? So we have what people need, all right? But to gain the trust with your customers, you've got to be real. Stop setting expectations that are never going to be met, okay? What we have works. This industry alone of network marketing turns over almost $200 billion a year, okay? That is more than NFL, music industry, movie industry, okay? It is the greatest industry in the damn world as far as I'm concerned. And if someone says, is this network marketing? I'm like, fuck yeah, it is. I swore. Damn it. Okay. If it was, then I won't touch it. Okay. You need to be a professional in this. You need to raise that standard of yourself. And when you do that, the standard of the industry is going to rise. And when that happens, you will get far less no's. And to be honest, I very rarely get a no. I never get the, is it one of those things? You know, I reckon in my 2.5 years with IML, I can count on one hand how many times I've gotten that. Why? Because I had educated myself on literally everything about this, about the industry, why people would say no. Okay. They just think they can't do it. That's generally why people say no, no shit. No more swearing. I educate people on why they would give me objections. Okay. Why people fail, why people are successful in this. I've read it all. I've read all the shit stuff about it all. By doing that, it arms you with ammo and it gives you the confidence and the posture. It gives you belief. Okay. Belief in yourself. It sells you out on yourself. It sells you out on this. Okay. Remember, people are not turned off by network marketing. They are turned off by network marketers. All right. So I literally go through everything that I did that didn't work. Right. I share my own failures. I tell them how much I sucked the first few times. Okay. My first webinar, let me tell you about that. I sucked so bad that I forgot all my words and I ended the call and I blamed it on my internet cutting out. Okay. So I tell them how bad I sucked at this, you know, how many times I was discouraged and how many times I wanted to quit. I share it all. I share the good, the bad, the ugly. The first lesson I give them is one on failure. Okay. My tone is, yes, excitable for the journey they're about to embark on because I can show them what it's done for me. You know, I can tell them a million other stories of what it's done for my friends, all my mum friends that have been able to, you know, quit their jobs or knock back shifts so they can raise their babies. I can tell them 10 million stories of what this has done. Okay. But, you know, you got to share both sides of it. You know, they're excited, but I will always mention failure. Okay. We've seen way too many success stories in this to know it works. Okay. This industry has created more millionaires than any other industry. I don't know if you know that. I'm sure you do. But if you only share the successes of this and they go out and they're in the trenches and they're getting no, rejection after rejection, they will immediately think that they are not good at this. They're not cut out for this. They will then tell you, this isn't for me. Okay, cool. So go back to 9 to 5. Is that for you? Not for me. They will then quit and they will disappear. Okay. Don't oversell the success and undervalue what success will do for a person. okay, will do for you in this, okay? Share your stories of how bad you sucked at it. So when they come to you with their struggles, you can relate. You can connect with them on that. Okay, don't be seen as this person who just picked it up straight away and you became successful in this, okay? No one gets to the top without a whole heap of shit, without a whole heap of rejection, without a whole heap of negative stuff happening. No one has. Doesn't matter what you do. No one gets to the top without failure, without rejection, okay? So I also share with people why they don't succeed in this. And I'm going to share this with you too, okay? One is impatience. As a network marketer, you are a business owner, okay? You cannot expect to do everything from the start. You have to take action. You have to tweak it. You have to learn along the way. Most businesses take a very long time to become profitable. And, you know, that period of time can be minimized with obviously good systems, mentors, but don't be one of those people that just tries for a week, tries for 3 months, and then, you know, gets discouraged and quit. I've been in this since 2012. Okay, you will never get anywhere if you have impatience. It's like trading. You're going to wait for the trade to come to you. Okay. 2 is no connection with the product. If you don't have any emotional connection with what you're selling, you will not be motivated to sell it. For instance, okay, if you're a man, you're probably not going to do really well at selling Mary Kay. Okay, unless you're into makeup and stuff like that, which is okay. But if you don't care about being healthy, then you're probably not going to be really good at isogenics. Okay, that's just the way it is. You got to find something you have a connection with. Okay, so if you don't use our products, if you don't use the scanner, which you should, shout out to Chance and Sam for that recording. If you don't use our product and you are not a product of the product, you're going to have a really hard time in this business of IML, because if it's done nothing for you, you can't share that, you know. Use our products, profit from them. They are a license to print money. Okay, feel and get emotionally attached to what this has done for you. Okay, maybe it's like maybe it's an extra $100 a week. I know for me that's a full tank of fuel. That would help me out a lot. I know that would help a lot of people a lot. Okay, there is so much this can do for you. Use the products, become a product of the product. Okay, 3 is lack of constant education. Okay, I'm not talking about trading education. There is bulk of that. That's what our company is, in case you haven't noticed. Okay, this isn't a job, it's a business. Right? That doesn't mean that you should keep banging your head against the wall trying to get a breakthrough. Okay, you need to be constantly educating yourself through books, through courses, and most of all, experience. Okay, experience is the best teacher. Okay, if you study any of the successful people, there's 2 things they do daily. Okay, they read daily, and they generally have some sort of meditative practice. Okay, meditation is a whole other conversation for another time, but daily reading is a great habit that is going to help you get smarter and get wiser. Okay, whether that's a chapter or an entire book, you need to be constantly educating yourself in the areas that matter. For this industry, okay, it's reading books on persuasion, it's reading books on marketing, it's productivity, it's creating good habits, it's creating systems, it's self-improvement, it's leadership, okay, it's consumer psychology, okay. You know, there's that quote, Rick Pinto, I think. I don't know. Anyway, he says, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. Right? Good, solid quote. Number 4 is bad habits, okay? Tony Robbins will tell you that your success is 90% mental and 10% technical, okay? So if you get the mental side, down of success, you're already 90% on your way to succeeding, okay? So developing the mentality of a successful person really starts with good habits. Right? It's the small things we do every single day in, day out, that shape our results. So write down what your daily habits are, good or bad, then go through them and ask yourself if each one of your habits is helping you or stopping you from achieving your goals. Eliminate habits that, procrastination, not educating yourself. Maybe you don't eat healthy. Maybe you aren't sleeping enough. Maybe you're not drinking enough water. Maybe you're not getting enough sunshine. Okay? Not exercising. All right? These are all things you need to tweak. To become successful, all right? So I could go on forever telling you what habits to get rid of, but I'm pretty sure you get the point. So divide up your goals into your daily activities and your life will be much easier, okay? Number 5 is not helping new people, okay? So once you get to where you are, making sales, you've building a team, you need to be helping them, constantly helping them, okay? You should have your systems in place, whether you created them or whoever, okay? I know who's working on like the business builder side of this, and I know that'll be coming out soon, hopefully. But the systems, they should be very simple and very straightforward, Okay, so as soon as your person comes in, they know what to do straight away. They're not overwhelmed, because let's be honest, when someone comes into IML, they look at it and they're like, holy crap, there is so much. I don't even know where to start. I'm doing this, I'm watching them, I'm watching like 10 educators, and then they're just all overwhelmed. Okay, sit them down and make a plan with them. Okay, if you ignore that and you don't give them anything to help them get going, to help them succeed, they're going to feel alone, not going to understand what to do, and they're going to quit the first sign of failure. Okay, so I have a checklist that I've created that I've given to all my new people, and they're in my Facebook group. So if I know 10 levels deep, that if I didn't bring them in and I had never even talked to them in my life, I know that they're all getting the same way, getting started the same way. You know, whether that's with business, building, or trading, we all have the same system. Okay, number 6 is not setting goals or having a clear purpose. Why are you in this industry? Okay, yes, you want to make money. Yes, you want to learn how to trade so you can maybe quit your job and do whatever. But you gotta go so much deeper than that. Okay, I know everyone talks about the why and why, but at the end of the day, you've really got to figure out, what will the lifestyle of this or the money you make get you? Okay, will it help you quit your job and have more free time? Will you have a more, laptop lifestyle so you can travel the world? Will it give your family, the funds to live more comfortably? Can you retire your parents? You need to be asking yourself these questions, or you can kiss any potential success goodbye. Okay, because to build a business, you have to play the long game, not the short one. Okay, you need to know why you're in this. You need to know why you're working on the business. You need to know who you are doing it for. And you need to know what will happen when you finally start succeeding. You know what else you need to know is you need to know what will happen, how your life won't change, how your life would suck if you didn't make something of yourself in this. Okay, it needs to excite you. It needs to make you want to work harder. Once you have that, you then need to figure out when you want to achieve these goals, and you got to set a deadline. Without a deadline, it's just a goal with a dream. Okay, it's going to always seem out of reach. Without a deadline, you won't have any sense of urgency. I like to picture it as like this balloon. Okay, say you've got your balloon and you've written like Chairman 500 on there, and you just let it go, and it's flying around in the air. Okay, you don't know how you're going to get there. You don't have a deadline. I don't know when that balloon is going to hit the ground. Weird analogy, but it works in my brain. So have a deadline. Okay, in conclusion to that little bit is network marketing, guys. It's probably one of the best ways to get started as a new entrepreneur. The doors it opens for you. Okay, Matt and Jason, the IV bars, that probably wouldn't have opened up if you didn't have this. Pardon me if I'm wrong there or whatever, making an assumption, but let's be real. The connections you make via this industry, because everyone is so success driven, everyone is so, yes, they're money driven, but they're all about serving a higher purpose. The doors that just fly open with the connections you make from this industry is pretty damn phenomenal. Not to mention there's obviously no liability. You don't need to put out as much money as you would starting your own company. You get the tools to help you. You have mentors to ask questions, all that stuff. You have to seek externally when you have, a traditional style business. You can make a lot of money in this. Like I said, this industry creates more millionaires than any other industry in the world. Okay. Still, obviously the business is not easy. I wish it wasn't as cheap to get in, because then people would maybe treat it and give it the respect that this actually deserves. That's for trading as well. Like, you can go out and do like, there's $10,000 courses out there. Don't know why you would when you've got what we've got. I always show people what else is on offer, and they always come back to IML because of what we have, who we have teaching, what it's doing for people, and how affordable it is. Okay, but get it, guys. Like, this isn't easy. If it was easy, everyone would be an entrepreneur and there'd be no employees to actually keep businesses going. Okay, but if you avoid, these mistakes, of what I've just talked about, and not having, your career in this is going to be a lot easier, probably quicker, and a lot more profitable. So if you want to know how to become an absolute beast in this industry, in our company, when it comes to network marketing, everything you do can be put into 3 categories. Okay, so you've got mindset, skills, and practice. Everything you do in this business falls into one of these categories. Doing a personal development course, that's going to improve your mindset. Reading about marketing, you're improving your skills. Okay, introducing business to a friend, you're practicing your skills. As every single person is different, and they've had different upbringings and different experiences, we were all going to be stronger in one category and weaker in another. Okay, the key is to know which one you're weakest at and, improve on that. So when it comes to personal development, Yes, reading How to Win Friends and Influence People, amazing book. If you haven't read it, you got to read it. But, reading, what's that book there? The Effective Executive. I don't know what it is. It's Tyson's book, but just reading a book for the sake of reading a book, don't do that, okay? I want you to see personal development as a time for you to be developing the skills you suck at or you're weakest in, okay? So you got to improve your mindset, okay? So that's in terms of habits, to improve, habit number 1 is improving your mindset. So some people, that's such a loosely thrown around word, mindset. How do I do it? No one tells you how, all right? Some people just have a naturally really good mindset. For me, a lot of people think that I've got this, like, I don't give a shit, I don't care type attitude, but I have a lot of perspective, but to people who don't know me that well, they think I don't care. So that's something I'm working on, right? But some people just have a really good mindset where they can switch on, switch off. But it just having a really good mindset just means you have a really good way of looking at things. And that's how I like to think of it. It's your attitude, it's your way of thinking and putting things into perspective. And to easily understand, what having a good mindset is, it means, you look at what a bad mindset is and what a good mindset is. So ultimately being successful in this is all about knowing how to run that little computer between your eyes and not let it run you. Okay. So does your mindset need work? Here are some things, telltale signs to see if you have a bad mindset. Okay. Your mindset needs work. If you see people who are regularly, in a bad mood, okay, if people always think bad things always happen to them and they never seem to have any luck, why me, why that type of why me mentality, they spend their time talking about why it'll never work and why this doesn't work for them. And they'll have 20 excuses why they don't take action to make their lives and their situations better. They use language like my life sucks or this happened to me and fucking blah, blah, blah. They've just got that cry me mindset. Okay. What does a good mindset look like? Okay. It's being in control of your mind, and being in control of your mind means that you're able to control your emotions and being able to stay in a positive mood. It's not letting the insignificant actions of other people dampen your mood, ruin your day. Okay. It means that you have an abundance mindset of seeing more potential in customers than you could, even handle in your lifetime. Okay. Your language will go from I am doing great or, life is great. You are bright, you're positive, you're fun to be around. And that's a really energetic thing. People, that's a magnetizing thing. People will be drawn to you when you are like this, okay? You are calm, you're relaxed because you know that you will be successful. It's just a matter of time, okay? You have set clear goals. You're very grateful for what you already have, okay? You have great energy and people pick up on that and they want to be around you, okay? So 2 is improving your skills. So the next leverage point you have in business is all about your skill set. Okay. So this is the how-to part. So how much do you currently know about your business, your sales and marketing, etc., prospecting, communication, all the other aspects of the business. The better your skills are, the better and easier your business will be for you. So business is not hard or easy. It is what it is. Okay. What makes it hard is your skill set or how good you currently are. Okay, Jim Rohn, don't wish it was easier, wish it was better. All right. So if you're just starting out and you find things that are really challenging, however, if you've had like years of experience, then you will tell people that it's easy and you'll be right. I'm guilty of doing that. I'm like, it's so easy. I don't know why you just don't get it. Okay. Your goal is to always be increasing your skills. This is why we read and we we constantly develop ourselves. Like think of Tiger Woods, if he finds golf easy, to him it's so simple, but that's because he has a high level of skill. When he first started, it probably wasn't easy. But the good news there is that everyone starts from the same place. Same with trading, okay? Whenever I have a new person come in, they're like, oh, that's a really dumb question I didn't want to ask. I always say to them, no question is a dumb question because everyone starts off knowing nothing. Everyone starts off knowing nothing and having nothing, Great marketers, great traders, they're not born. You can learn everything you need to know to become highly successful in trading and highly successful in business. It just takes practice, okay? So that habit 3 is practicing your art, The last step, which is, where most people have trouble and is probably the missing link to success, is simple. And that's just practicing, putting what you know into practice, okay? You have to develop a habit of getting out there and applying everything you learn, okay? If you don't apply, learn, I don't know what that quote is, I won't go down that route. I'll think about it later. This is where results and money is made. But what 90% of people do not do is they don't step outside of their comfort zone. Okay, so if you want to be a black belt in martial arts, then you're gonna have to want to show up to training every single week. Okay, if you want to be in the best shape of your life, then you're gonna need to go to the gym and work out most days and eat really healthy, right? If you want to build a business for 50K a month, then you got to go out there and you got to practice your sales and your marketing skills. Okay, this is where 80% of your time should be, but most people only spend 5% of their time here. Okay, this is because it's much easier to convince yourself to read another book or take more training, because I need to know more. I need to know everything before I go out and do it. Okay, why? Okay, because it makes you feel uncomfortable. But remember this, comfort is a dream killer. If you want to be a black belt, you have to accept that you're going to be thrown down. You're going to be beaten. You're going to have the shit beaten out of you a couple of times, and it's going to hurt, and it's going to be really uncomfortable, but you get back up. Okay, if you want a sexy body, you're going to have to push yourself in the gym. You have to sweat. You have to eat really healthy. Okay, you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations regularly. It's the only way we grow, develop, and change. So if you want to be successful in this business or any business, then you need to get out. You need to talk to people. You need to feel uncomfortable. At first, it feels really shit, but it gets easier. Practice is what separates champions from people who always struggle. Okay, it is the difference between the pro and it's the difference between the amateur. Okay, it's the difference between success. It's the difference between failure. Remember this business is a duplication business. Am I still going? Am I going like too long? So sorry. I'm freaking fire right now. Okay, so the next bit is your why. So I'm going to bring in Ho here and do some quick little role play real quick. So the reason why you are doing network marketing or trading, whatever, okay, is the most important factor for your success. Okay, it is the foundation of motivation. Okay, there are times in business when things are not going to work out and you're going to want to quit. Okay, you're going to be back testing your trading strategies and nothing's working and you're going to want to quit. Okay, a strong reason why you will overcome anything about you're facing is your why. All right, so how do you know, when you have a good why? You will know when your why makes you cry. I hate that, but it's true. Like my why makes me cry. Like I'm like thinking about it, getting all teary. Okay, when it's that powerful, if it doesn't make you cry, then it needs some work. Okay, to find your why, you got to ask a simple question: why am I starting this business? All right, Ho, why are you starting this business?
Two reasons, Ashley, and very simple. Number one, I want to be able to financially take care of my parents as they got into their old age. But secondly, I wanted to set the example and be that individual who was going to break the generational status quo that has been existing within my family. And I wanted to set the example that after me, the way that my family genealogy is going to impact and live in the world is going to be completely different.
Why do you want to do that?
Very simple. Growing up, my mom always told me, holding my hand, walking to school, she always said, "Well, do good in school, treat people with respect, and just always care about others." And she told me that every single day. And that's what's kind of where it stemmed from.
I love it. So why do you want to care and love others every single day? Like, what is that going to do for you?
It's funny, and it's meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. I've always felt very good. I've always felt very good being able to service other people in any way, whether it's being able to give them mentorship, coaching, advice, or listening to them, or being able to help them in any way. And it's always made me feel very good. And network marketing was the vehicle for me to be able to channel that and be able to be a part of that experience, that level of fulfillment. And yeah, and it's being able to go to bed every single night, putting your head on the pillow, knowing that you made a difference in someone else's life that day.
And this is why you're one of my besties. See, guys, this is where it's key, okay? Your why, Ho is why, like I got good goosebumps, all right? So your why is going to be bigger than yourself, all right? It's going to be generational, just like Ho said, okay? But to find your why, why am I starting this business? I want to make $100,000 a year and be working for 4 hours a day. Why? So I can then remove financial burden and have the money to enjoy my life. Why? So I can experience all the amazing things, life has to offer for myself and my family. Why? To live a stress-free, meaningful life. Why? to be completely happy and content? You got to ask yourself, your why 5 times over about why you want that, what it means to have that, what will happen if you don't have that, how will your life be if you don't achieve this, what will your life look like? Okay, because you can paint a pretty vision of how your life can and will be if you put in the work. Okay, but you've also got to, take the good with the bad. You've got to then paint your vision of what the fuck is going to happen to my life. Pardon my French there, but I'm really passionate about this bit, is what will happen to your life if you don't do this? Okay, what will not change for you? Is your card going to get declined at the servo because you don't know how much money you've got in your account? Okay, hasn't happened. That happened to me about like 5 years ago, and it's very embarrassing. Okay, so I never want to feel those things. Okay, so yes, the money is uncapped earning potential. Okay, in this, you can make whatever you want. There's no one telling you you are worth this per hour. You can make whatever you damn well want in this company, in this industry, in trading. There's no rule, there's no law that says you can do whatever you want. But you've got to know why you want it. And you've got to go really damn deep with that. And then you've got to know what is going to happen if you don't follow through with that. Because that there is going to drive you. Your why, I want this, I want that. Cool, that's great. But the bit that I've found that drives people, that motivates people, is what will happen if they don't. How will their life be? How will they, will they be able to raise their kids? Are their parents going to be working until they die? Okay, are their parents going to be, sick and still working because they can't afford to stop? You've got to really figure out the two ends of the scale there, and there you're going to find a sweet spot in the middle that's going to push you through all the shit times. Okay, so with this, I'm legit like 5 minutes away from ending, I reckon. So I do really appreciate your time. I know it's been an hour, so thank you for bearing with me. With this, guys, you've really got to start with the right expectations, okay? It is crucially important to put business building into the right perspective, all right? For most people, the first year of business involves a lot of work without a lot of money, all right? I get that, okay? Think of it, that's just exactly the same as traditional business. Okay, they don't start making profitable income, 2-3 years in. And imagine the money, hundreds of thousands that they had to fork out at the start. Okay, guys, you pay $160 a month for a business. Give it the respect, okay? Honor it, cherish it, run with it. It deserves it, okay? For most people, the first year is the hardest. This is normal, okay? Even the number one business coaches in the world, they say it takes 7 years to build a good business. Okay, it took Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad company, 6 years before he even took a paycheck from his business. Okay, guys, understand, right? This is a 3 to 5 year plan minimum. I started in 2012. You have to learn. You have to, last year was a great year. 2000. When did I quit my job? 2016. So 4 years in for me, I had my best year. I quit my job. Life, it was freaking great. From then on, I don't know where I'd be if I didn't have this company. All right, I would still be in retail, earning very crap money, paycheck to paycheck, no money to do anything, having to say no. Okay, so this is a 3 to 5 year plan minimum. You have to learn, you have to develop, and you have to implement the skills consistently over time. That's when you'll be successful. Okay, that applies to everything. Okay, you didn't know. I always say treat this business and treat trading like an apprenticeship. All right, you didn't know everything you know on your first day. All right, so cut yourself some slack. Right, you don't have to know everything to start doing. Right. The second bit is you want to use the compound effect. Right. I'm sure you've all read it, the amazing book, audio book, whatever, by Darren Hardy. The compound effect. Highly recommend. It is all about your daily habits. What you do day in and day out compounds over time and eventually gives you what you have in life. Okay, so example, right? If you continuously choose pizza over vegetables, then you're gonna be really fat in the future, right? If you continually develop the habits shown, to be successful, that we've already talked about, it's going to be, your future's going to be richer, right? It's as simple and as hard as that. It's all about constantly replacing and improving your habits. Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. Okay. So your philosophy is how, we just talked about this, is how you live your life. They are your guiding principles. Okay. I'm going to give a little, I think it's like 5 things that Jim Rohn, he's like America's greatest businessman, life philosopher. Jim has helped hundreds of thousands of people build successful network marketing business. Okay. And you will notice one theme they all have at the very core, and they all revolve around you. Okay. You are the key factor to this big puzzle that we're in. Okay. So you got to become the best sponsor, consultant, whatever you call yourself, IBO in the room. Okay. You don't want to wish things were easier. You got to wish that you were better, and you become better by developing yourself, right? For things to change, you have to change. Everything starts with you, okay? For things to get better in your life, you have to get better, okay? Success is not something you pursue. Success is attracted by the person you become, okay? So there's 8 skills and habits that I'm going to list to you right now that you need to develop to become incredibly good in this business, okay? These are, not only skills, these are the only skills that you need to become successful. This goes for all around life, okay? Everything else, all the training, the mentoring, the coaching, reading, learning courses, so on, that you do is going to get you good at these 8 things, okay? If you only did one thing in network marketing, it would be get really good at these points, all right? 1, we've got finding people to talk to. I think Jason on his mentorship call said yesterday, there's like 1 billion people on Instagram or 1 billion people on Facebook. There's 7 or 8 billion people in the world. There are plenty of people that hate their job. There are plenty of people that have no money, okay, due to whatever. There are plenty of people that, are looking for change, okay? You don't know who these people are unless you talk to them. Ask them questions, get to know them, make a damn friend, all right? For me, this business is not about selling. I call this business like a professional friend-making business, because you're just making friends, okay? You get to do business with friends. You get to trade with friends, okay? We're in the business of friends, okay? 2 is booking meetings, events, okay? 3, presenting the opportunity, whether that's an event, a video, Zoom call, whatever. 4 is following up. 5 is obviously sponsoring and launching their business. 6 is teaching and training. 7, goals, planning and time management. And 8 is personal development, okay? So I'm going to leave you with this. You've all seen the success stories, okay, that this incredible industry has, and this incredible company, all right? There's nothing else like what we have. And if you were not taking full advantage of that, you need to kick up the ass. All right. So I'm going to leave you. I said this to my, my Facebook team group last night, and a lot of them messaged me, and that is like, shit, this is me. And it changed them. Okay. So I'm going to teach you some real, raw, honest things as to why the majority will never, ever, ever make it in this industry. And if the shoe fits, wear it, but change it. Okay. So number 1 is they procrastinate and they get distracted by things. Okay. 2 is they don't leverage their uplines for calls or closing, and they try and do everything themselves. Lose the ego. It'll blow your trading account and won't grow your business. Okay. 3 is they don't show up to trainings. They think they know everything. Do you think, Michael Jordan became the best at basketball by not showing up to trainings, by not putting practice in, by not going to events? Okay. 4 is they don't do income producing activities. They spend too much time in the knowing how instead of the doing, right? 5 is a lot of network marketers aren't consistent enough. They do the business when they feel like it. Okay. 6 is they don't build a relationship with their people, with their team, with their prospects. Okay. 7 is they don't position themselves as a leader when they're influencing. Does that make sense? They don't position themselves as a leader when influencing. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that makes sense. 8 is 8 is they don't build a social media following, or they're not even active on social media. Let me tell you, of all the billions of people that I've sponsored, not one have I actively really gone out and like hunted. Okay. I am so active. I share trading so much because of how much it changed my life. Okay. Can't emphasize that enough. When something changes your life so much, you have so much passion about it. You just want to talk about it all the damn time. Okay. And that's what you need. You need to become a product of the product. You need to let this help you because it can help you. Okay. It took me from being very broke as a retail person, you know, with a failed business, didn't get paid at all, to quitting my job. 6 or 7 months into IML, I quit my job, guys. I then built a house, I built a land, I cared for my 6 mom, all within a 2-year period, right? This can change your life. Give it the respect it deserves, okay? Be a product of the product. And number 9 is a lot of marketers, they don't do personal development. Okay, so if you want to stay ahead of the game, you've got to completely, you know, always be working on yourself. Okay, and if you want the key to success, guys, because I know everyone wants it, all right, it's to just get better every single day and never, ever, ever quit. That's it. Okay. All right, I think you're done hearing my voice. I'm going to hand it back to Hoa, but thank you so much for my time. Thank you for my time. Thank you for your time.
Wow. Guys, pop into the chat. Everyone show some love to SJ in the chat. I mean, she poured love, insight, experience, wisdom, and she really poured herself into us tonight. And SJ, Sarah, we are indebted and we are grateful. And you know, it's one thing that there are people who there are leaders, and then there are people who lead. And you know, SJ is one of those individuals that we know is someone who leads. And we appreciate everyone coming on this call. And I really just want to swing back around and kind of just mention a couple of things that she kind of touched upon, and let you all go that are truly powerful. And and it goes back to what she said. Okay. We have to lead before we can lead other people. We have to be able to lead ourselves first. And that means being able to master yourself, mastering the discipline within yourself. Okay. And as SJ said, a leader knows the way, shows the way, right? But in order for you to be able to know the way, you have to have been able to commit yourself and having the courage to have gone into the unknown first, because there's only then we're able to look back and be able to help someone else get to where it is that we. And I understand that, and she mentioned that on building this is a long-term plan. It is. It took me almost 3 years for me to be able to realize my dreams. Like, I'm literally living in a place where I had the photo of this place on my wall 3 years ago. And so for those of you that may be starting out and building this business, or maybe you've been in it for a while and you maybe just haven't been able to break through to the next level, just understand this. Because SJ mentioned it a lot, and she mentioned it as a pillar. It's your skill set. It is your skill set and also your mindset. Do not let your lack of inexperience, do not mistaken your lack of experience as a lack of capability. You are all capable of achieving success, but it takes developing the right mindset and the skill set. And but just beyond that, as Sarah, that was a phenomenal training. I have 6 pages back and forth of notes here, and I hope everyone on this call, you got some notes as well. I see Brian showing his. That's what's up, my man. Success leaves clues, right? And so I appreciate everyone for your time, and hope you took some amazing value from this call that you're going to be able to digest, be able to learn and apply to your business. And that's what it's all about. It's taking little perspectives from other people, and then building our own. And that is how we can create success for ourselves, being able to learn from other people. So Sarah, we appreciate you so much. We had a packed call tonight, and we appreciate everything that you've done for us, and just the love, the intentions that you shared with us. So we thank you. We are grateful. And everyone have an amazing night. Thank you all.
Thank you.